Yeah, just play it out. It doesn't matter. It will fix it in the next round. But because you know we've already had a little bit of a delay. Let's get some pace going on here, guys. Just pretend that the teams the other way around right now on the overlay. Skillcapped and Exalted Quality are the wrong way around, but that's okay. They might role play as each other. Who knows? I've got no idea. Let's get right into this game. Coming off a little bit Keemstar there. Hopefully H3H doesn't come after me. I certainly wouldn't like that. But anyway, Exalted Quality pushing onto mid with their Renegade. There's no minecart here, dude. I mean, like, can they possibly win? I don't know.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. Skillcapped looking for the team fight. Exalted Jack, the Condi Rev here coming out from EQ. Going to be split up from the rest of the team a little bit. But the peel coming out now from Ryan, the Condi, even Thermite, the Firebred, onto Skillcapped, and no one able to find a kill as of yet. Looks like the health bar is actually Hannibal going to be going straight down. He's going to be isolated from his team, and as we've seen on an A, really not a lot of res potential once a kill happens. So we are going to be seeing that cleave coming out. The side nodes were confirmed there for a second for Skillcapped, but EQ are going to be able to isolate that and take those out. Ryan is going to fall down, but he should be rezzed up here in the Shadow Refuge. We will see the decap answered on mid 4 A. So Ryan now making his way over to point C to get a decap out there and completely neutralize the map out. But Skillcapped will have a slight lead just based off of the early caps that they got.
Yeah, that's a very nice kill there for Exalted Quality. I would have picked that up early on, and you can see the value of that Reaper right now. You know, of course, as you're saying, you know, without the Tempest, you have limited res potential, but you know, you can limit that res potential even further when you have the spinning Scythe of Death moving around all over the place, dealing massive damage there with the Reaper. And a good decap there from Ryan there as well, neutralizing point C, while his team is able to go ahead and grab point A and then begin at team fighting here on mid. And you know, I think you know, Thermite and also EQ doing a good job of holding that down there. You know, the Renegade is quite a potent stalling tool that we see used, of course, by the French Worms on the EU and now by Exalted Quality, but in a slightly different way, with less revenants here from Exalted Quality, but still certainly a potent thing to have going for you in the side notes for the 1v1, but also in the team fights too.
Absolutely, and obviously a much slower match than we saw in the previous two games. Skillcapped into a bit of a different beast here, but we will see a kill coming out now on Exalted. Grant that, whether that's going to be answered here now by Hannibal, but they should be able to get that res. The Shadow Refuge coming down on top of him, and he is going to be A-OK at the moment. You see Xenius actually having swapped over from Power Thief now to Condi Thief here, probably to answer the Condi Thief that we see EQ bringing in the form of Exalted Ryan. Thermite going to be forced into the RF. He's isolated from the rest of his team. There should be a kill picked up now here for Skillcapped. He's going to be able to jump up on top of this platform, but nice reflect as well, but no, he is going to be brought down, and we will see the nodes at the moment going the way of Exalted Quality. However, the first hammer coming up, and it is going to be kills advantage, numbers advantage here for Skillcapped with this first hammer.
Yeah, and Thermite bleeds out. Like, that's going to be difficult for Exalted Quality to take the fight immediately, right? They're going to want to maybe try and stall it out for a little bit, and they're a little bit trapped on the map currently. You can see that both their Revenants and, of course, the Necromancer just coming off respawn, trapped there by point C, and Euro still doing a good job. Even with all three of them, they weren't really able to force the cap, and the Renegade is going to have a tough time actually capping that into Euro 2, and in fact will eventually probably lose the node into that. So Skillcapped definitely taking a good advantage here. Anya might be able to take this 1v1 for all of eternity here on the hammer. We see now that we're going to see Exalted Quality try and rotate into this and try and go pretty big here and maybe get a big Reaper damage and try and get that kill on Anya, but it's not going to happen just yet, and Skillcapped has arrived for the support there, and now they're going to just go for an all-out fight here on the hammer.
Absolutely. Right now, we're going to be trying to hold the node down. It is going to be a little bit outnumbered, though. EQ, obviously, with that extra player, but Anya going to be coming in, making it even. RF still available for Murray if he does get aggressed on too heavily. Looking like that might happen. Xenius actually coming in as well. There will be a Lich here coming out now from Hannibal, trying to apply a little bit more pressure, and it looks like Brent, the Reaper here, probably going to be the target. Anya going a little bit low, but at the moment they should be able to have the advantage here, getting the Reaper down. He is going to fall. Xenius and Anya with the kill. Mur going in for the stomp there. I don't know if it's going to be safe. It is. There's stability, and Hannibal can be saved here now as Hammer starting to swing the way of Skillcapped. Is coming out here in advantage for Skillcapped as well. They still have to dislodge a couple of kind of hard players to get off here. Thermite, though, will fall almost certainly to the conditions, and it's just going to be Jack left now against the Skillcapped players here to try and stop them. We will see EQ, the Renegade, now coming in, though, and that obviously is going to be an even harder player, even harder class spec to dislodge here for the Skillcapped boys. But as long as the kills keep feeding in, it's not necessarily a bad place for them to be.
Yeah, they should be okay there. You can see that they're able to keep on fighting here for a good amount of time, and Thermite now getting fully secured there as a kill, but EQ, they're holding here. They're holding here with a decent amount of sustain there. We see Hannibal actually moving out. He was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll go plus there, but no, he's going for the double decision there. Just kind of going for a little bit of running back and forth, repping that glorious sun above his head. Looking to maybe get rid of Ryan, and we see just those thieves have been 1v1ing for a while there actually. And now the kill actually on the Firebird has been returned. Mur eliminated here on top of the Skyhammer, and maybe this could be a bit of a turnaround here potential from Exalted Quality. If they can get that, they can neutralize them up and push back out there. It looks like they are actually going to be able to get the hammer. We're going to see it conceded from Skillcapped. And there it is. It has now been capped. But in exchange for that, they did end up losing their thief and part of the map on top of that.
Yeah, and obviously a neutral map here is going to be good for AQ, but currently we're going to see Skillcapped obviously with a pretty sizable lead, and they will quickly get point A back in their possession. We should see B probably going the way of Exalted Quality, but that won't be enough to win them this game or really get them back into the lead. Urantian's still going to be able to hold it down against EQ here on point C, and I'm not actually sure which player is going to eventually win this. Urantian potentially should with these knockbacks, but obviously he's going to be a lot harder to dislodge this Renegade with the stab roads than a lot of other players would. And over here, the team fight, we see Xenius going into downstate here. Exalted Grenth's going to be a little bit low out of Shroud. Thermite even lower, but the kill on the Thief is going to be confirmed, and I'm not sure that Skillcapped are going to be able to continue to fight into this. Unless they can find a kill here turned on to Thermite very quickly, but he's doing a nice job of kiting, and this will set Exalted Quality up to potentially get the advantage onto this second Skyhammer of the map. They're going to get decapped as well by Ryan as he comes into this fight. And very nice decap so far from Ryan, kind of keeping his team, I'd say, healthy in this game.
The map is wildly fluctuating right now. It really is, isn't it? You know, it's like it's going back and forth a hell of a lot. Now point B being obtained by Skillcapped, and there you go. That second hammer will be striking fairly soon. There we go. Point C and A now neutralized, and suddenly we find that Skillcapped are the ones who are going to have to get back in this game a little bit.
Yep. And obviously, you know, Skillcapped still about a 50 or so point lead, but they are starting to slow down a little bit. Their kills not coming in quite as effectively. Hannibal starting to maybe get locked away from the rest of his team, and Exalted, a really nice fear actually there, is going to completely get him out of danger from Jack and Exalted Grenth at the moment. Thermite getting picked up by Mur as well, and well, looks like the kills are going back into Skillcapped's favor a little bit, but they're definitely having some trouble the last couple of moments keeping their lead healthy, keeping their point gain healthy, and the main thing that Exalted Quality are doing right now is we see Hannibal fall. He might actually rally. No, he's not going to be able to, unfortunately. And yeah, Hannibal is going to be stomped out there. But the main thing we see EQ doing very effectively is just completely denying any point gain from Skillcapped at the moment. And it's working very well for them right now as they've taken back this disparate point gain. And they're about to close in and actually overtake Skillcapped here.
Absolutely are. Now EQ in a little bit of trouble. Needs a little bit of healing there on that Renegade to somehow cling on to life. Is able to get a good kite there and actually return the kill. They get Anya down, and Euro's going to have to disengage and get away from that immediately. And there we go. That is going to be a running away, but actually it's not going to be enough. That's going to be another kill. Those are some two big kills right now for Exalted Quality. That's going to generate a pretty nice lead there, and that should significantly alter map control in the favor of Exalted Quality right now.
Absolutely, and I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest, to see Exalted Quality winning a team fight so convincingly here into Skillcapped. I think maybe they just overextended the node a little bit. They didn't really have the cooldowns ready for it, and obviously Hannibal losing out right before that fight as well going to be a huge blow to them. Mur going downstate now, and this will just help them stagger as Anya. There's no way he's going to be able to get this kill. And EQ are setting themselves up to actually take this game mid, about to be decapped. Anya really can't stay here. If he dies, that will just continue the stagger here from Skillcapped as we've seen in the past. SC Hannibal around mid, but he needs to be careful. A really nice pull, actually, from Jack. He's going to pull him down. He's not going to be able to stay up top. Thermite going to be able to get some pressure on top of him as well. And Anya's still getting out-pressured by the Reaper around his spawn. So EQ right now putting themselves in a very good position to just hold on to this map. Middle node going to be picked up, and that's the first double cap we've really seen since the beginning of this game.
They are going to lose it pretty quickly, I think. Actually, no, they're not, because actually Ryan able to get there at the last second and try and get rid of Xenius, and will be able to force him away on that Thief. He's going to have to try his luck elsewhere. Probably looking at mid here, I think, is where he's looking to go, perhaps. But actually not going to be able to quite get that there. But, you know, the fight is now going to erupt. Actually, a bit off-road there. And Grenth getting isolated there, gets eliminated there by those Skillcapped players, and they should be able to get that kill very, very quickly. But they have now lost the map, and they've lost their lead, and they're now behind it by about 50 3 points, and I think EQ, they should be able to hold on to this, because with the hammer going up, we're going to have to see Skillcapped split their attention a fair bit if they want to actually handle that mechanic.
They're not even going to go for it.
They're going to get it for free.
I think that's not terrible, because they don't actually have a cap at the moment, so it doesn't really deny them any point gain. Obviously, it does mean that A is now going to be reset, and they're going to have to fight for it a little bit better, and it would obviously shut them down if they were fighting on nodes. Ooh,
that's a
really
big
nice
res.
res on EQ as well. Urantian not going to be happy about that. He does get the cap, fortunately, so he will be able to fight outnumbered on his own node, which is certainly not too bad for him. Zenny is starting to get the decap over at mid as well, so I don't think giving the hammer away was terribly bad, but giving that res away to Ryan, definitely not ideal, and Urantian will suffer for that. He now falls. It's really up to Skillcapped here to win this team fight over at mid, although Ryan is going to potentially make that an outnumbered fight if he does decide to plus it. Lich coming out now from Grenth, and we do see Anya very low. He's actually going to fall now. The knockback already ready and set up there from Jack, just to deny any res potential there, and Hannibal and Mur and Xenius can only look on as their lead continues to fall away from them, and EQ are looking to take game 1.
Hey, Exalted quality, demonstrating some expertise here, right? Like, they have definitely stuck to this game plan, and this is something that we see with a lot of EQ games. They typically just almost rely on one node, right? They're just going to hold one node neutral, have one node capped, and then fight over the second one and try and go for the cap, and we can see that they are able to get that plan effectively working. We see the game being very, very slow here. Actually losing EQ is a bit of disaster. The Lich form, the only true counter to the Renegade, but the res is good res discipline from Exalted quality, able to bring that Renegade back up to a good amount of health, but he's still not out of the woods just yet. He might end up going down. Team's trying to peel from. Can he get the stab road? Can he get his heals go? No, he can't, but he might get revived here once again. But then again, I think Anya will be able to cleave out quite effectively. Yeah, they're going to have to leave that kill, but they are 100 points ahead, and, well, there isn't actually that much time left in the game. That is 2 kills, though. With Ryan getting caught, that will unleash a lot of that map pressure, allowing Skillcapped to get back out on the map and get that 2 cap pretty easily.
The main thing is, though, EQ's comp definitely allows them to hold on to nodes just a little bit better than Skillcapped does, and that's why I think we did see such a big point gain coming out from EQ in the last couple of minutes. And while, you know, definitely it's doable, less than 100 points difference now with a double cap coming out here for Skillcapped, losing Xenius is just going to slow them down, and they really can't afford to be slow at this point because EQ definitely will be fighting just for a node and a decap, and that's enough to get them the game here. So Skillcapped have to be very, very careful. They can't continue to lose players. Jack in a position to maybe go down here. Mur is going to be able to get that, and Grenth pretty low off the side, but Xenius needs to be careful. He doesn't overextend himself. However, another 2 kills going to be picked up. Ryan maybe looking for some blood, but realizing that his players are downstated all over the map, they're not really going to be able to fight for that. And if you get a really good res onto Jack by Thermite there, again, these reses kind of given away for free, and Ryan starting to get the res on Grenth. That would have been absolutely detrimental to Skillcapped. Fortunately for the blue team, that's not going to happen. But Skyhammer, for the 3rd time this game, might be going the way, the 4th time of Skillcapped. EQ if Skillcapped aren't going to contest it.
I think EQ really want that. You know, they're running out of time here. That 2 cap is pretty brutal coming up from Skillcapped, so Exalted quality really need to push this, and if they were able to get that, would absolutely get them once again in the lead and waste a lot of the time coming up from Skillcapped. They actually do have a 3v2 right there. Mur and Hannibal going to have to hold on there for a little bit. A few cooldowns getting burnt already for Mur, but this should end up going in the direction of Exalted quality here if they're able to get away with this, and yeah, good decap there on point A from Ryan, but he does end up giving his life for that too, which is not exactly ideal. But yeah, I think Exalted quality, they're aware of this. They're just going to go all in and try and neutralize the map using the Skyhammer. They nearly have it. If they can just hold off a little bit more and maybe pick up a kill somewhere using that Reaper. Big Reaper damage there coming out onto Anya. He's able to disengage, though, quite effectively. Hannibal also under a hell of a lot of pressure, but has managed to back off, but will probably end up going back into the Hammer, I think. He's just going to wait. Oh, no! Actually, the coin thief from Ryan is there to burst, but good reaction time there. Saves the Necromancer by going into Shroud there. And, oh, yeah, you can see Exalted quality starting to lose their lead. The Hammer is going to get captured for them. That will neutralize the map and will put them back into a good position, and even getting the kill on Yura. Can Ryan get that stop? He can't. He gets interrupted.
Nice interrupt, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get the res. There's so much pressure. Anya might go down, and honestly, Skillcapped have just started to throw the potential they had to come back into this game. Anya going to go down as well, and that's EQ's game now. 1.5 minutes left. There's still about 50 points difference between the two teams. Exalted quality easily with the advantage on the map right now. They're going to get point C for sure. Point A probably going to be going the way of Skillcapped, but Hannibal, the only player here to contest mid, and he has to do it. They can't give more points to EQ. They have to be able to catch up, and I don't know if there's enough time with 1 minute left in the game.
And now Hannibal going down, and I think that that might just be about it. Real back and forth. You can see the bars of color indicating who's winning, kind of like flailing around wildly with only a minute left. It's quite difficult, I think, for Skillcapped to come back. However, that is a good decap. I think that is actually enough. It's not quite enough for Exalted Quality to actually lose this game, however, especially with Ryan. There he is. He's going to be able to get the decap on point A, I think, very, very shortly, and I think that kind of seals the deal in that map. Exalted Quality, they'll be able to stall this out for a good amount of time. The game ends in 40 seconds, and it's almost certainly going to be a timer game here. The first we've seen for a little while, but that is kind of the playstyle that Exalted Quality tends to go for, right? They are really into making it slow and steady wins the race. They won't get more points than us at this pace, and do not worry, guys. We'll have these teams on the correct color in the next match. But yeah, 20 seconds to go. We're going to see it tick out. Point B secured by EQ. They know they've got this. They are just standing there. They are holding it down, running it in, and in 10 seconds, this game will be over. Exalted Quality will be going up 1-0 in this best of 3.
Absolutely, and definitely a nice job there from EQ. You know, I was kind of thinking that Skillcapped might have it, but honestly, EQ have continued to surprise. I really think that they've improved a lot since we saw them in the monthlies leading up to the qualifiers last weekend, and they definitely have proven why they are here and why they are the 3rd or 4th seed on an A, really. And Skillcapped are going to have to play just a little bit better if they're going to want to not get knocked out right here and right now. There's obviously still time for them to do it. If they could take this set back 2-1, well, it's going to have to start here on Coliseum, and let's see what happens.
All right, I think we need to get this started here. Let's go ahead and get these games going. And the match does start soon. They heard me, even without the delay. That means they must be here as well. I don't know what the hell's going on now. We've got some kind of LAN party kind of under lockdown here. But here we go. Let us initiate these games here between Skillcapped and Exalted Quality. This could potentially be Skillcapped's last game of the tournament. They're going to need to make a pretty marvelous comeback if you want to see it. But judging by that last game, certainly very much a possibility there that Skillcapped are going to be able to match Exalted Quality and take this to a 3rd game in this series.
I'd like to maybe see a little bit more attention paid by Xenius there to the pluses. I think Ryan and the decaps really. I think Ryan really showed that, and we saw this yesterday too. He got several pretty good decaps there, and again, yesterday he was doing the same thing, and I think he also was able to plus Urantian and force him away from the node, and actually got a kill there onto the Renegade a couple of times. We didn't really see Xenius doing that quite as much. He was getting involved in team fights a little bit more, and obviously maybe that's his style, but I think that it does need to be careful because he was also getting pretty pressured out and pretty low in some of these. But either way, we're going to see the team fight brewing up here. Hannibal into the Lich early, a little bit pressured out though, so is Anya. They need to be careful that they aren't going to just lose this first team fight right off the bat, but EQ looking thirsty. They're looking for some blood. Hannibal is getting very pressured out here. There's the taunt, but it is going to be nullified by this ability from Murr, fortunately. Flex coming out on top as well, but the damage is still going to be there. Hannibal will go into downstate. It should be a res from Anya and Murr. Yeah, Thermite not going to be able to prevent that, and Thermite actually might find himself now in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, maybe overstayed his welcome there a little bit. The rest of his team actually got knocked off, but he remained up top there and ate the brunt of the fight. And actually, being forced away, was unable to peel for Exalted Grunt, who is going to get eliminated here. And Skillcapped take a decisive victory there. Not only controlling a no, but also winning that fight. They find themselves ahead. Now, of course, Exalted Quality were able to actually grab mid in all of that chaos, but they lose Thermite as well. Ryan looking for it. Could he get that cheeky? It could be very, very cheeky if he gets that. He actually might get that. Anya now going to now sees it and tries to surge to the point. Won't be able to get it. Actually, there's no Shadow Refuge. If there's a Shadow Refuge, you can almost see a very, very sneaky res coming out from the condition. He's actually going to go
he's going to do it?
Oh, no, we've done. Oh, not quite. The bleed out.
A little bit too long. There's no self-res from Thermite either. That would have been interesting. But Anya is now going to be in a little bit of trouble, out-pressured here by Granth off of respawn, and Ryan now going to be going on top of him very hard. Does have the Gwyn heal, so we'll be able to get away, and Xenius now going for the kite. Actually, a kill on Ryan would be huge here. We do need to keep in mind, buffs coming back up in a minute. We haven't really talked about them on this map yet, but obviously we've seen it previously on EU, and Ryan will be a little bit low, but that is going to be the Lion node secured for Exalted Quality. Skillcapped still having some trouble locking down their Dragon node as the Renegade has made the journey all the way over across the map to stop Urantian from getting a free cap.
Yeah. That's exactly right. I think EQ did a good job there actually, Roy, right? Like they were able to, I think they did a little bit of feeding, right? They maybe went in a little bit too much and needed to back off a little bit to relax, but aside from that, they were able to actually get out to the sides quite effectively and at least slow the game down a little bit and gain a little bit of control back in this game here on Colosseum. And now they have got Respawn. They did lose their Renegade, though. He does get stomped out pretty early. They might be able to get a kill on Hannibal. They do get a kill on Hannibal, too. That Reaper proving his worth there, doing so much damage, and that's not going to get resurrected by any stretch of the imagination. The buffs are now coming up. The sword and the shield are beginning their spawning process here. And we see Ryan going to be contesting the sword, and actually it might be a free shield buff there onto the Reaper. And I think that's a great target for the shield. We'll give him that second life, because I imagine that will be a target of immense focus from Skillcapped onto Exalted quality. And we can kind of see that the opener this time, the kind of the general openings, didn't really work out that well for EQ, and they're still trying to regain that minor defeat they had at the start of the game and get back into the mixer and get back out onto the map.
Yeah, right now, though, it does seem as though Skillcapped are kind of using almost EQ's tactic against them. They're just completely shutting down the point gain that Exalted quality can get, and we do see the map really just in control there for Exalted, for Skillcapped. Alanya now getting taken out here at mid. No res potential, although EQ Jack almost going to go down here, but mid will be secured for Exalted quality. And yeah, there's no res there. There's no counter kill, unfortunately, for Skillcapped. Oh, no, as I say that, though, Jack does go down. We're going for the stomp, and he's going to get it. Hannibal with the lich over this top. Xenius is going to be a little bit low, so he does need to be careful, but an excellent kill picked up there now by Skillcapped to keep the map even, and honestly, an incredible kill as well. Ryan, though, is going to be able to outbox Xenius, and he's going to be taken out there, unfortunately, and that's going to be the Thief yet again, kind of just proving his worth for this Exalted team. Urantian still holding down Lion at the end, making the map even for his team. And Ryan not going to be able to take out the node here. Not going to be able to get that decap. We will see off respawn as well, Anya coming in. But either way, oh, a kill actually from Exalted Ryan. And we see this every now and then. You know, we've been praising Ryan for his rotations, his decaps, and kind of outclassing Xenius a little bit. But he does tend to overextend sometimes, and we do see that here. He seems to think that he's able to sustain a little bit longer than he can, and he just has a lot of trouble staying alive. Anya now forced to use the Glint Heal in this fight, coming in off the kill off the Thief, and that will make the map advantageous here for Skillcapped for the first time in a couple of minutes.
And the 1v1 is still going on there, but they don't really need that right now, and they're getting so much pressure onto Exalted quality because Exalted quality, they're down a player right now. They're struggling. They're actually a little bit behind just on the play now. Ryan has respawned, and maybe Grant is going to be able to disengage. He does get the good teleport on the Worm, is able to run away, but he's about to get chased down by 3 gamers. Thermite not in a complete position to be able to do too much there. The Fear Ring comes out, and Grant is rapidly running out of Shroud, and that is going to be it, and we're almost certainly going to see a kill there. There we go. Great pull coming out from the Firebrand, and that is probably not really noticeable. They're going to go for that. That is ballsy. They actually get it. Wow. Nice. The F keys are super strong from Exalted quality able to bring that, but they do lose a lot of their health bars for that.
They might lose another player. Ryan going to go down. Thermite so very low. Exalted Jack, Exalted Grenth, both going to be really low, and that's going to be at least 2 kills picked up. Ryan actually starting to self-res. I don't know if anyone here from Skillcapped sees it. He might be able to get the res, and he's going to be in a perfect position to decap Murr. Sees it. I don't know if he's going to be able to stop it. He's not. Ryan is going to be back up, but he does lose the rest of his team.
Yeah, that's maybe an even trade, 50-50, right? But decap is nice, and that
60-40.
Getting that self-res, it obviously should not have happened, and Skillcapped are going to get punished for that. But that doesn't change the fact that they were able to clean up a huge amount of Exalted quality there, killing the Reaper, killing the Herald, and of course the Firebrand too. And they're going to have to go for a big regroup there. We're going to see them do exactly that, like joining back up with the Renegade once again to try and re-secure some of these. But Skillcapped's lead is certainly growing, particularly that they were able to actually coincidentally get both of the buffs at the time of winning that fight, which is great timing for them, and they're going to have a much easier time in the next couple of engagements because of that.
Yeah, Ryan was just slightly too late to stop Xenius from being able to get that, and a nice kill there on Xenius. Does have a little bit of aid here from the rest of his team, but obviously I think that was mostly the Thief here on the side of Skillcapped. And this is a very, very different game that we're seeing here now from Skillcapped as opposed to the one on Skyhammer. And finally, we're going to see EQ start to rotate and answer this Ranger that's prevented them from holding onto their home node for the past 5 minutes plus. He hasn't really been moved from this node. Finally, though, the rotation will be there to answer it, but it is going to be now directly answered by Skillcapped rotating in, and we're actually about to see a 5 versus 5 on this node. Anya coming into a little bit low, but there have been some cooldowns used by EQ just to dislodge Urantian. However, so far it does look like the team fight might be in EQ's favor. They're split up a little bit. Urantian putting some pressure onto the node, though, so EQ can't freely move off of it in fear of getting a decap, but still, neither team really able to find a crack in the other's armor. Anya's still going to be a little bit pressured. Xenius, the same thing. They're now pushing onto the Reaper here. He's going to be a little bit isolated. They're looking for a kill on top of the Necro here from Exalted Quality. The Fear, the CC chain, the damage is looking pretty good. It looks like they might be able to get him out. The Peel's coming out from the Q, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Mur and Anya going on top of it, but there's just enough CC to get him away. And Exalted Grenth still staying alive on top of this platform, but not for long.
He's got full shroud, but 619 health under that. That is not a place you want to be. He's trying to disengage that, but actually he might run straight into an angry Thief. And there it is. There is the kill. It's going to be a difficult res for Exalted to get that. They're going to go for it. We see it. Actually, they might be able to get it. Maybe a little bit of lax cleave there coming out from Skillcapped. Then maybe not quite on the ball able to finish the job there. And yeah, they do get that revive. That's unfortunate. That fight might turn around. You will see that Hannibal and Xenius very low here. They are a little bit out of that fight. They should be in a good position to not end up dead. But actually, no, the Thief doesn't get caught there. But it's still a big lead for Skillcapped. As long as they don't lose any additional players, they should be all right here for a little while. We can see them playing fairly defensively here, just backing off and making sure that doesn't happen. Ryan, though, going for a good decap here. Should be able to get the Dragon fairly easily. And if his team is able to win the fight on mid, then they'll be in a good spot. However, we do see Exalted Quality very low. And a little bit running out of course. Their Mantra is not charged on Thermite. It's going to have to recharge that. But that does leave this Renegade 1v4, I believe, right now. Wow, this is bringing a whole new meaning to the word of these team fights right there. Just absolute 4v4s, 5v5s all game long right now.
Jack now falling here. EQ Thermite probably not long for this world either. Again, they're starting to go for the res there. The stab road's down. Grenth's on top of the blood res, but no, Hannibal not going to allow them to get it this time, and he is going to be able to finish that kill. So we will see Skillcapped not repeat the same mistake as last time. And I got to be honest, that was a little bit sloppy from Skillcapped, really allowing that res to be taken out when they should have been able to stop it. And also the team fight turning on them. However, they have held down the map. Ryan with a nice decap over at Dragon, but it's not going to be for long. And we will see the buffs this time split here as the Renegade from Blue Team are going to fall in mid. And I think that more or less will confirm this game number 2 going the way of Skillcapped, making it a 1-1, and we'll be going to a best of 3 here. But still, not the best performance from Skillcapped that I am expecting to see. EQ, I think, kind of got locked out of their game plan a little bit, which you could obviously expect. This is the map that SC picked. But regardless, I would like to see Skillcapped tighten up on these team fights just a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's quite unusual actually, because we almost see this as a little bit like the reverse of the previous map, right? Like there, Exalted Quality was able to actually come ahead on most of the team fights, but here, much more of a commanding performance from Skillcapped, able to get a lot of cleanups here, and maybe the terrain just not quite favoring Exalted Quality and their preferred playstyle quite as much as, of course, the Skyhammer. Certainly, Skyhammer, a very good map, I think, for Exalted Quality's playstyle. Probably one of their preferred maps out of the entire pool, I would say. But Skillcapped certainly demonstrating that they are absolutely a match for this team and winning this game in quite a commanding fashion, to be honest. I mean, it never really looked like they were completely out of control of this game, and just, all the way from the start, they were certainly in the driving seat in this game. Well, they're pushing it to that third map because they want to go on in this lower bracket.
Absolutely, and I mean, this is where they had to turn it around, and they definitely did a good job of doing a very good performance. But again, I definitely think that we could see some weaknesses exploited here by EQ. And I really do think that it kind of came down. Well, I first of all, I like the fact that we see Xenius swapping over to the Power Thief. I think that definitely had some impact in these team fights. And also the fact that he was able to maybe get an upper hand over Ryan a little bit. But overall, the rotations from Ryan still pretty good. He got a lot of pretty impactful decaps. And we didn't really see Urantian plussed at all in that map. Not necessarily that it was necessary. Let me do some Xenius rotating in now to get some pressure onto Ryan here into EQ as well as Urantian. But in general, it did seem like Ryan was still maybe a step or so ahead of Xenius. That being said, overall, obviously the kills and the fights do go the way of Skillcapped, and that is what is going to eventually win this game, as well as the fact that they were able to just, again, deny EQ point gain, similar to how EQ did the same on Skyhammer. But we'll go to a third map, and it's really anyone's game. And we'll have to see who emerges victorious and who we will be saying goodbye to as Skillcapped take game number 2, making it 1-1.
It's always good to have these elimination matches stay a little bit exciting, right? And there we go. The final kills are coming down there. Exalted Quality going to get shut down more or less completely. And that's going to take it to the third game in the final map of this rotation. But yeah, GG well played there. And that's going to be 502. Oh, nearly a good score there. Oh, nearly 500-250. But it's going to be 500-252 is how it ends. let's get this game going in just a moment. I think Angels is just briefly AFK, but he'll be back in a very short moment, I believe. Actually, no, never mind. He has now returned, and just as the game starts, perfect timing from the lad. Here we go. Let's get it done. This is what it all comes down to. Exalted quality versus Skillcapped. The node has spawned. We get a great view of that. Not something you see very often, actually. Seeing that actually just visualize itself there, becoming active. But here we go. So last time, I didn't really like the split last time from EQ, Roy. They kind of ignored close and pushed for far. I feel that's very contrary to their actual strategy and the efficacy of the way they play. But we're going to see a little bit more standard this time. They're going to instead go for a normal 2-node play. Ryan is still pushing, though. I'm not sure about that push from Ryan. That could be maybe a little bit questionable because he is going to be probably an easy target to maybe pick off if he does end up getting caught there.
Yeah, he does need to be a little bit careful, but we have seen Ryan obviously overextend in the past. However,
does he get that decap?
Do you see Skillcapped just leaving? We should see Xenius be able to decap or stop the decap, and Ryan will not take quite a bit of pressure, but Thieves Guild is there, and that's going to force Xenius off the node potentially. We will see the Dagger Storm, though, kind of denying that. And yeah, he gets the decap. I'm not exactly sure why Skillcapped left so aggressively. They may have been worried that he was heading back into the team fight, but either way, they will be allowing him to fully get that decap. He did think about staying there for a second or so to go for the full cap, but it's not going to happen. He realizes that the team fight is more important. Thermite getting pressured out now. He's going for the JP here up the side of the cliff. Anya, though, is going to knock him off, and that will be back into the waiting's arms of Mur, who's going to be looking for him after the RF is done. Thermite very pressured. Nice pull there from Anya as well. Hannibal a little pressured off to the side by Ryan coming in, but the downstate is coming out from the Firebrand first. Shadow Refuge on top of that. They are looking for the res. I don't know if they're going to be like, no, it's a stop! Comes out just a little bit faster. And now Ryan and Jack need to be careful because they're kiting for their lives. Again, a really good pull there now coming out from Skillcapped to make sure Hannibal is going to get away. A fear ring off to the back as well. And we will see the Ryan dropping down here into Mur, going for the stomp, and it's just kills so far on the board for Skillcapped.
Oh, you've got to feel good right now if you're Skillcapped. That's a fantastic start for them. They're going to be able to use their Thief to regain some of that, and then, of course, plus directly into Yura here as well. Jack is going to be able to, force this Soul Beast away for a while, but no points on the board right now for Exalted Quality, and Skillcapped are going to find themselves in a great position. And Ryan is actually going to go directly going to engage into Xenius. Xenius will be able to match that in the 1v1 and prevent that decap for at least a while his team is focused on winning the map. And they should be able to take that team fight. We see Grenth is just now off respawn, so the team fight should be very, very strong. Indeed, for Skillcapped, at least for the immediate future. The decap did come through there. I think Xenius maybe not super confident into the Condi Thief, and Condi Thief can be a very scary thing to 1v1 into, so he does end up giving the decap, and actually replace that. I actually really like that's actually quite nice there. Moving Hannibal will be able to easily 1v1 that Condition Thief, but does leave the Necromancer out of the team fight, but they know they can get away with that because, of course, Grenth just came off respawn, so it will be a Necroless team fight until both of them are going to arrive at about the same time. But don't mind, the Thief pluses in, maybe playing a little bit too aggressively, ends up getting eliminated. That should be a easy kill for Exalted Quality. That's almost certainly not going to be reservoir. No, it isn't. There is the full kill, and actually, Skillcapped looking to disengage. Smart move to get away, and they should be able to actually leave with only the Thief loss, which is pretty okay. Bit of a redemption arc there for Exalted Quality, but not the end of the world for Skillcapped.
Absolutely, although, again, their lead is not as dominant as it was at this kind of point in the game there in Coliseum. And obviously, especially considering the map we're on, Legacy, you kind of expect it to maybe go that way. But EQ actually almost setting themselves up to get a triple cap here, assuming they can win this. Or Grant's going to be in a lot of pressure here. The Lich coming out now from Hannibal. Mur and Anya a little bit low, though. They do need to be careful, as we will see all 5 players here now from EQ. And we do see the Thief here out of this fight from Skillcapped. Anya actually going to get trained down now. Grant not going to be able to get taken out by Skillcapped, as Anya will be 100% cleared out and stomped actually here now. And that's going to be the kill confirmed and the fight confirmed, as well as the map held on by EQ. Although we do see decaps. We'll see the full cap there on Corey, as Xenius was electing to stay out of that fight. But I gotta be honest, I think that fight definitely was starting out looking like Skillcapped could take it. And if Xenius had been there, they would have been able to find that kill on the Reaper a lot quicker, a lot more secured. And they would have been able to not only win the fight, but hold on to the map, which they just more or less neutralized.
All right. Indeed, a correct assertion there, and I think Skillcapped, what they did do a good job is that they did only lose 1 player. We immediately saw Hannibal as soon as he realized that, yeah, we can't really fight this anymore. He teleports away with the worm, and we see these players disengage. Their Mo is also able to simply hold a W to escape when it's Firebrand, and so they don't really lose too much there. They don't end up losing the map. They're even able to just get a decap on middle there as well by using that Thief, and then continue to fight there. And Skillcapped look to take a big brawl of a team fight down here as well, while the 1v1 is going on between Yura and the EQ. But once again, this team fight is going to be just the real big focus here. Who's going to win this? It's been so far looking pretty favorable towards Skillcapped in some of these fights. But we haven't seen a wipe yet. We haven't seen like a mega dominant, decisive victory for either team, and I think that's why this match is still very much up in the air at this early stage.
Yeah, Hannibal, though, is going to fall here, and there won't be a res potential there from Skillcapped. And that's certainly part, I think, of the reason that we don't see quite as dominant of a wipe on either side, is because we haven't really seen too many res attempts on a lot of these kills. Obviously, the first one that got stomped out did go that way, and we did see a couple more extra kills picked up afterwards from Skillcapped. But apart from that fight, we really haven't seen any 2-3 kill grouping up. And Ryan actually pretty low here, but I don't think they're going to be able to continue that, as Grenth and Thermite going to be coming in there to peel for him. And he's still looking around maybe for the kill, but no, it actually looks like he's probably... Oh, he reveals himself. I'm not sure about that. I think he could have potentially gone over to the quarry, but he does also realize that Jack is going to be holding that down, so he's not going to be able to get a free decap for that, and Ryan will be going to chase him out. So right now it comes down to if Skillcapped can find any kills. They do get the Renegade dislodged from this side of the map, and that will mean they can fight much easier into the graveyard. But if Xenius dies off in Rhodes against Ryan, that will certainly hurt their ability to do so, and he needs to be careful about that.
And we can see now Skillcapped pushing in. Ryan, he's kind of lurking around. Yeah, he wants to do it, doesn't he? But no, well played there by Skillcapped. Actually, might be able to get a kill. That fear damage is so much, and actually, that's a massive kill on Ryan. That allows Skillcapped to completely commit to this team fight without fear of any shenanigans going on with the decap. However, we will actually see EQ be able to do that. But no, Yura matches it. Good rotation there from Skillcapped.
Yeah, absolutely. Really nice job from Yura to be able to anticipate that. And with the kill now on Ryan, they can chain that into a kill on the Reaper here. Jack starting to go for the res, but there's no way he should be able to get this. Thermite, though, with a knockback, is going to be on top of that as well. But Xenius there with the Dagger Storm is going to stop that. And Jack might find himself falling now pretty soon as well. He can get onto the node just in time to stop the decap. The Renegade here as well. But we will see Xenius going to the quarry, and this will just barely keep Skillcapped ahead. However, that kill on Jack is going to be even better. Anya going for some nice CC. They're going to be able to confirm the kill here now on the Revenant. And we will see as well the Waterfall getting decapped by Ryan. Answer the quarry. However, Yuri is going to get there in time to stop the full cap, and he will be able to fully cap that eventually. Decap still held down on mid, though, and that's going to be very, very big here for Exalted Quality. It's going to be very difficult for them to get this Renegade kill, but if they can somehow find it before Thermite and Grenth can get there in time to back him up fully, that will be very, very advantageous for Skillcapped in this mid.
And that was what I was kind of talking about there. Like, one kill is good, but 2 kills really is a big significant thing. And if they're able to keep chaining that, as we do see EQ getting completely stomped out there, and Thermite might be following. He has renewed focus, but there's a lot of damage, and I think Skillcapped, they are out for blood right now. They want to get some cleanups, and we can see the kill disparity increasing with every passing fight. And Skillcapped looking to maybe push for a 3-cap. Ryan doing some good work there on the Thief. We will be able to get that decat there, but I don't know, Exalted Quality really struggling into this fight right now. Xenius does go down. That's a good one, but I think Merc should be able to get a free res. Yes, good res there from the Fireman, restoring. Oh, actually, never mind, not quite. Oh, I would never speak too soon, guys, but I think when the rest of Skillcapped arrive, they should be able to get that. And yes, they are going to get that res. There it is. Both Fear Walls getting down there by the Necromancer, intersecting with each other, making a beautiful shape indeed. And now Exalted Grunt finds himself very exposed right now. However, Anya goes down.
Anya just barely prevented from getting his heal. The cleave will come out onto him, so that Grenth will be able to rally. There still is potential for him to find a kill, but it looks like Skillcapped not going to chase into that. They want to play it a little bit safe. They will send Xenius now, potentially to head over towards Quarry and maybe stop that. No, they're actually going to look for the follow-up kill there on the Reaper, excuse me. No, they're not. Oh, they get the stop! Xenius with a Shadow Step stomp off to the side. I can't believe they set that up so perfectly. What a nice job there from Xenius and Yura to be able to get that together. And they've actually completely shut down EQ's ability to push back into this, answering that kill onto Anya with the Reaper. Really, really nice play there from Skillcapped.
Ryan getting a decap, though, is very, very good for Exalted Quality, seeing as they do actually have possession over mid, but with Thermite dying, that possession is not going to last very long. I mean, I don't like this push from Grenth. He's actually going to try and stall this, I think, in addition to the Revenant, but that is a very good way to suicide, I think, for this Reaper, especially, and Hannibal knows it too. He pops the Lich immediately, and look at all that damage. Grenth is able to kite away, though, with the Flesh Home. Doesn't quite get him up to where he wanted to. Doesn't get him up to the high ground, which is probably what he was looking for, but, it's not enough to save Jack, and Jack is going to be eliminated. But Exalted Quality, somehow, kind of getting the better end of those map trades there, managing to capture the Waterfall. Of course, that will be eventually lost, and Skillcapped find themselves once again in lead, but a very slow game. Only 233 points with only 5 minutes left to go. It's certainly going to be a timer one yet again.
Absolutely, 5.5 minutes and not even 3 points on the board, but mid will be picked up here now by Skillcapped. They should be able to fight onto the quarry as well. The Renegade, not long for this world. He is going to be taken out, and It's exactly what Skillcapped want to look for. The double cap confirmed, and they will be able to now team fight into mid as well with that Renegade dead. Obviously, Euro's going to have to keep a little bit of a close eye on Corey once he gets capped up, but he doesn't have to do it for too long, as it's really only going to be the Thief. They're kind of the danger. Grenth a little bit low on mid as well. The Reaper getting into pressure. Hannibal with full Shroud looking for some damage. Some nice CC from Anya getting the rest of EQ together as well. And Hannibal will be pressured just a little bit. Ryan coming into this fight as well, but Xenius has now made the rotation in from Corey, and he is going to be able to start putting some damage on a Thermite who's going very, very low. I don't know if he's even going to be able to get to his RF in time. He just is barely able to, but that's not going to keep him alive for much longer. The Shadow Refuge on top of him, but the nice CC is going to knock him out of it, and Exalted Thermite probably going to fall here down to Skillcapped over at mid. That kill is enough to chain it off, but he's still able to kite just for a little bit longer, but no, he finally falls. There's not a lot of health bars left here for Skillcapped, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold that res. No, they're not. Mur able to stay alive long enough to get the cleave. Exalted EQ going pretty low as well, and they might be able to find another kill off here. They have to make sure mid doesn't get decapped, but at the moment, Skillcapped just able to push ahead in this team fight.
And I think that's perhaps better than we might think there. Hannibal does die, and if Exalted Quality are able to finish that off, that's going to be very nice for them, but they're running out of time in this game. The game is very, very slow. They're 100 points behind, and they actually might end up getting rallied there. Yes, Mur is going to rally in addition to Hannibal too, and Hannibal now has full shard. He should be okay, and with 2 points confirmed now for Skillcapped, I think their lead is almost insurmountable in this game. They actually do win a little bit before timer if they're able to hold on to this. Now, Ryan does get a nice decap, but Yura is going to get actually, in fact, no, he doesn't get the decap. He actually stealths up, so he's not going to be able to quite get that. Almost had it, but now the Ranger is in the mix there, and we'll be able to hold that point forever. And I think Skillcapped, they are looking, they want to get that victory. They are surging towards it right now, and I think we're going to see, I think if Euro just camps that node there, just camps the quarry for the rest of the game, that should be a fairly easy anchor in this match and should prevent any losing from going on. Hannibal does go down here on mid, and might be a bit tricky to res, and you see Ryan getting that stomp, but Exalted Quality, they really need to get out on that map very, very quickly. And losing EQ, oh yeah, that is a bit of a nail in the coffin there. I don't think Jack or Grant are going to be able to get that res. The cleave is good coming out from Skillcapped and nearly reaching that 400 point mark. You know, I think it really is the caster curse, right? I'm saying it's going to go to timer, and we see that Skillcapped, they do not have time for that. They want to get onto the next match as soon as they can, and they, well, for a start, they want to find out who they're playing against, and they're looking to end that right now with a 400-point score currently. But, you know, EQ, once again, being able to utilize Ryan to reobtain the core and then push into this fight. And we do see a bit of an aggressive push there from EQ onto mid, but it's not really going to be quite enough. They do lose their Reaper yet again, and Jack not looking too healthy either.
Absolutely, and Skillcapped definitely showing why they deserve to be here. Honestly, pretty impressive stuff from them the last couple of games. It was a little bit dicier here in the beginning, but Coliseum looked very, very good from them overall, and obviously we have now more or less seen them close this game out, doing a good job of rotating around. And honestly, again, I'm happy to see it here. I was saying this last match, Coliseum, in terms of the map control, looked pretty good, but the team fights could have been a little bit better from Skillcapped, and I think they've definitely made it out here a little bit better. They've honestly started to make sure they're prioritizing finishing these kills, getting these stomps out a little bit more than EQ can start to res them. For the most part, not always 100%, but it definitely does look a little bit better, and Skillcapped will be moving on now to face the loser between Team USA and Dark USA, which, for everyone who I think has been waiting for it, type your pogs in chat now, because that is coming up right next.
Yes, it is, and I think it's a match that I think the whole world, in fact, has been waiting and watching to see that, and finally, we will be delivered that glorious content that we've been waiting for. And I think we're actually almost ready to go immediately into that game. I imagine, I think we already have the picks and all that sort of thing set up between those two teams. So we're not going to have a repeat of the previous game. We're going to get right into the action. That's going to be GG well played. Skillcapped take it. 501 points. 298. Exalted Quality fought hard, but that is sadly their last game in the tournament there.